you'd see somebody jetting across the map like these flash.
In Australia, when I was down there for their stage finals, there was overclock right away. And they had like 3 guys camp, and they would just send that one guy in. He tried to kill one guy, and then just run out with the flag right away.
That's incredible.
Yeah, whatever works. Whatever gets you that win, you got to use it.
I mean, you see concussion flashes and Semtex both being taken out, which has just been every single map so far that we've watched. So you're not going to see any tac mask. Probably not going to see any flak jacket.
Yeah, the HC's out too.
So you're going to see a lot of boosting. That's why if I were Envy or Elevate, really any team, I'd throw on the... I mean, there's not much wall running on this map anyways, but everyone's going to be running Afterburner. Throw on an EMP or two, you know? Change it up, because you disable those thrusters right away, and it's tough to get around, especially in a map like Stronghold, where movement and CTF is just so important and so crucial to capping flags.
Yeah, something to slow them down even just a little bit, get those extra seconds to line up your sights, get in position and move forward. But this time around, Matt, what are we going to see? And are we going to see any of the players on your breakdown right now?
So we've talked about, everything with this matchup map so far. I added some cool little pictures there for
you had
Nate.
the pictures, man. I like it.
Stepping up my game here at the Telestrator. Yep, I drew those 100%. But we talked about when attacking over towards Mansion. Let's talk about when you attack over towards this snow side. Usually there's a player all the way in the back, and the best route to take this player out. So you go to this back satellite area, and you take this long wall run, and you're able to challenge that player in the back. Now, the thing is if you have a few other players dead, and let's say for argument's sake, you have teammates coming through here, your position here, and you have the opportunity to get the flag. Let's say you got some players coming off the spawn in these positions. Let's say if this player...
That's 5 players. I don't know the difference between the players right now.
This guy's... I killed this guy. That guy's dead. He's gone.
All right, there we go.
So we get rid of that guy. Now you're able to pull the flag out. You might as well just keep bringing this one over towards Bunker. We saw a successful pull by Pac-Man, and they use this route because this guy in the middle, he's able to cut players off from this mid-snow cut. If they get by into Mansion, the top Mansion, let's say, you have this player here able to watch that whole mid, see if they get by. This player can watch all the way on snow, and you're able to take it all the way through Bunker and get back a pretty safe score on a side we don't see a lot of flag caps on.
All right. Yeah, I think what it's going to come down to is the CTF, like it's been for every uplink and CTF that we watched so far, making the decision between overextending and rotating back. That's always that decision that you have as a player when you spawn up every single life that you have. Am I going to overextend, or am I going to push back to the flag? Who's going to make the right decision, and who's going to get flags out?
Yeah, and you got to make that right decision that one moment, because if you die because of whichever reason, the spawns change for both teams, you're down for 7.5 seconds. It's a long time, and one cap, especially in CTF, that could make all the difference. So we're going in right now into the game. Envy is currently leading 2-1 in terms of map score, and let's find out who's going to take this one with Courage and Revan.
We had our little brief break there. Players got to kind of calm down for a second, use the restroom, get their emotions back in control, and now it's time for Game 4 of Stronghold CTF. Don't really know if we heard about too much from the analysts, but I believe the Shivas made it through.
Yeah, Shiva made it through the ban and protects. And listen, Jack, I'll back you up here on the smoke grenades. I think here on a map like Stronghold, they could be very useful. Just you saw how Matt was illustrated on the Telestrator. Those players in the defensive positions have so much air to work with. So if you're able to smoke them out, you can't hold that line of sight anymore. It can make it a bit easier to get that flag away.
Most certainly, as you could take a look at the players on stage. Major shout out to the production staff, everyone behind the scenes. I got this brand new studio all set up. Came down to the wire, but we got it done. It looks great. The crowd has been awesome here throughout the weekend. I've been seeing a lot of pictures get taken, autographs be signed. Always a fantastic energy at these events, and also shirts to everybody who came as well. Just another victory there for everybody who came to the venue. Nice start by Envy. It's a 2-2 setup now for both these teams. As
X wins this gunfight against Nogafin. This is going to be huge for Envy, but he's going to be unable to. 2 still down for either side as JCap picks up Remy at the Envious base. So things, once again, after a bit of a faster-paced break-off, things will slow down, teams will stabilize, as once again, it's a battle for mid-map control always here in Capture the Flag.
It definitely is, JCap. As I mentioned earlier on this map, mansion control is so key. Let him go. Gets into that close corner. You want to see him let him go? Yeah. So now, I'd love to ask you that question, because some people who may not have played CTF as much may be new to watching competitive Call of Duty. Maybe they're just used to playing TDM or S&D. When is it the right time in a CTF to kind of let the opponents run past you versus actually get the kill on the map?
Well, firstly, it seems like teams always have a tough time getting the flag out, so if you're able to just you keep track of that player, And then you could wait till your teammates get like 1 or 2 down, and then you could get a pull just like that. You don't have to go through all the 3-step process, we like to call it, to getting a flag out. You can just skip 2 of the steps, and you're already in position.
No, they definitely are. As
kind of like what Slasher's doing right
this
now.
is basically a perfect example of what you were talking about. Just going to be playing this one a little bit slowly. Yeah, we'll try to push this one out.
Size 11
nicely
shoes,
done.
man, too big.
As we mentioned earlier, what shoe size is he wearing there? It comes back to bite him.
We need somebody from Treyarch to clarify how
into the game.
Big are these boots.
Yeah, because definitely it's coming to play a few times this weekend. Once on Infection yesterday, now again. Remy gets that first kill onto JCap in his base. We can see 3 Envy players ready for this push. Remy somehow takes down TV.
I thought he was dead. I switched over to Nagafen, who's coming through bunker. One more player to get past. Nice shots on the Ace. Can't finish the kill. But you see the guys on Elevate starting to earn some of their specialist abilities. I believe it was a camo earned early on there. So it's going to be Ace now pushing up. Yeah, Nagafen has camo available. Anyways, Ace over near half wall. He's got VMP in his hand, and he's going to have a lot of position to work with, just like Mr. X was saying. Just take a look at where Aqua is set up. Like, it's so tough, and that's why you see smoke grenades coming into play here.
Smoke grenades definitely coming into Stronghold CTF because it makes a lot of sense to bring those smokes out. Nade shot, as he's been trying to roast me for it so far. Aqua, 3 and 4 at the start of this game. Remy, it's just a slithery little snake by this fire pit, staying warm.
But you can see how Elevate are approaching to send somebody through bunker to hit as everybody else floods through. As long as you exit bunker quick enough to not block the spawns, you can get that flag out easy.
There's a few players who know just exactly how to play mind games with your opponent. You lay down in those weird spots. Replays is fantastic at it on Luminosity. Remy shows it off there. Great use of kinetic armor as well.
The overextension.
And here's an opportunity for Elevate to score. You mentioned the overextension.
Camo.
Who's going to be the first one here to try to stop this push? Ace gets cut down. Slasher now flooding on in. Does not use the camo. Facento punishes him for that. And Aqua's going to slide on in for the cap. Elevate strike first in this game for CTF.
TP, the last player alive for Team Envious. But take a look at how he's playing this. He's also the player for Envy with the smoke grenades in his back pocket as everybody pushes up for Elevate. This could be the moment where TP can go in for a bit of a sneakier flagpole.
How will he elect to play
Right now, go right now. Go pull right now. There are 2 dead. The other 2 players are alive, are pretty far across the map. You just have to worry about where they're going to come off the respawn.
Oh, no.
They do spawn rocks.
No.
But it looks like it's just going to be a one-on-one fight here, him versus Remy. And look, it's drawing everybody from Elevate out of position. So even if he can't get away with this flag, he's drawn everybody from Elevate back.
TP in a one-on-one versus Remy. Will have an opportunity to win this engagement. There it is, but there's a play coming from behind. Does he get out with his life? It doesn't appear so as Nagafen takes him down. And actually, like that from Aqua. Aqua pushed up on the map, still put some pressure on Envy, forced the rest of the Envious squad to stay alive in their base. Heatwave now being used by Facento. You think that's more because he knows how important keeping his positioning on the map is? Or do you not agree with that?
And maybe a little bit of a panic heatwave there, but we haven't even highlighted Nagafen yet, who's 12-2 on his 7th spree, 250 points away from earning the Wraith. And this is why you see him turtling at the base, because he gets those near his flag.
Yeah, getting the Wraith would be colossal in a game mode like Stronghold CTF. Can basically hold down a lane for your team, forces the opposing players to have to focus a lot of their time to shut that down. Ace uses kinetic. That seems like it caught you off guard there.
30 seconds remaining. It's just like a normal kill over near top mansion. Facento's going to get a flag touch here, but I'm not sure if Ace absolutely had to use kinetic armor in that situation.
So you definitely don't agree with that one. With 10 seconds remaining, definitely not mathematically possible for another flag to be pulled. But here's the man we're going to keep an eye on going into side number 2. Nagafen, 12-2, 7 streak, getting closer and closer to potentially having a Wraith to call in on the map. Revin, thoughts on the first side of CTF?
Well done by Elevate. I thought Envy had some opportunities to make some plays over at the Elevate base, but they're unable to capitalize on the opportunities they were presented with. And now, as you were saying, going into the half, Nagafen, the man to watch here. Can he get a Wraith? It's been quite a while since I've seen a Wraith in competitive play, and he's going to use camo to not only advance further up the map, but try to sneak behind enemy lines and get some easy kills.
We thought he was going to try to play this one passively, play for the streak. Instead, he's just going for whatever caps he can get. He wants Elevate to go up 2-0 in this game. Watching this mid-creek area, Nagafen knows there's a player to his right, loses the engagement versus Aches, but did he buy enough time for Facento to get away? Facento cleans up the weak Aches, sees another player up top. TP uses Heatwave, but there's an Elevate teammate there! He doesn't get the return! Aqua with the sight!
Hellstorm!
It's a standoff though.
Ace the last one alive.
Ace,
he's got to rotate back and pick this flag up.
needs to get it right now. He does just that. 1v1 versus Remy about to go down. Remy wins it. There's a return. Elevate up 2-0. Monster stuff there. So Nagafen doesn't earn the rate, but they still convert the capture. That's worth it for me.
And they trade, what was it, a Hellstorm missile for a flag cap? A good trade in my book. Now Elevate, they have one mistake to make right. They're in control of this game. It's looking really good. He's picking up some kills with the site here. Another player over near the back satellite. He's going to challenge with the M8. He does get cleaned up, but Elevate in a commanding position right now in CTF.
Still just waiting this one out is Remy, playing an attach-like play style where you just sit in those corners outside mansion, wait for either opponents to run past you or free shots in the back to give your team the number advantage on the map.
And here, another way smokes can be used on this map. It's so tough to exit bunker when you're trying to overextend towards the enemy flag. Use the smoke, cut off the line of sight, create that fog of war, and now Envy, they could get a good push going at the Elevate flag. They're picking up some kills. TP's there for the trade on Aqua. One more player to get past. It's going to be Remy as he pops his kinetic armor just to make sure he makes these defensive kills. Slasher looks like he's just waiting for his teammate JCap to continue this push.
Really love that decision from Remy. He pops the kinetic just to be sure. You might as well. It's what specialists are for. But it's Envy with a three-man pressure coming in towards Elevate. Slasher pops camo. It's going to give him the opportunity to pull this flag right on out. JCap with the sight in hand.
Three down.
Two. JCap in the one-on-one. Nagafen gets the kill.
Oh,
Ace can't get away either.
Now it's going to be TP. He's going to be holding up inside Mansion. A close call there for Team Envious. So close to getting that flag out of the Elevate base. But time's starting to wind down. Less than 2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Envy need to start picking up the pace and start making more plays and keep up the aggression at the Elevate flag because you also still have to worry about this lightning strike from Nagafen.
Really love this decision by Nagafen. He's just going to rotate back, help his team, watch over Fire Pit, Elevate. They're clearing all their lanes. One player spawns in bunker. He knows that area's got to be safe. Now a couple do fall. Remy still staying alive. Here comes the pressure now in from Aches. He's got help coming in from TP, the duo in charge of breaking this Elevate defense. They've got to do it quick, though, as players are beginning to smoke back on
smoke
up.
Bunker.
Aqua with two. Aqua not able to get the third. TP can't get out with his life, though. That's why you save the lightning strike for a moment like that. And it's again Envy who can't get the flag out of Elevate's base.
Slasher, I don't think he knows there's a player directly to his right, but a great use of score streaks from Nagafen. He uses the Hellstorm to kill the opposing team's flag carrier on that first side. They got the return after that, and they were able to put in that flag, and you see the lightning strike used in more of a defensive manner here as he's 19-9, making 29 on a force free.
Nagafen shooting bodies now, making it personal. He knows how much is on the line this weekend. I've had a lot of time to talk to Nagafen leading up to this event. This man is ready to prove they have what it takes to play on Championship Sunday. If they hold on for one more minute, they'll tie up this series 2-2, heading into another search and destroy. And it looks like they're going to do just that. Envy with a flagpole.
No more streaks to worry about, so there still is time for Envy to do this. You see Elevate, they're starting to rotate back. Fortunately for Envy, they don't have anybody watching the overextension, so that might work out for them. TP in a gunfight near middle map, that's a crucial one to win, but players starting to come behind. Aches can't get away with it, coming from behind. Slasher needs to pick up these kills. JCap picks up the flag, turns around, takes down Remy, but he's feeling the pressure. Elevate, get the return, and that should seal the deal as they even get a flagpole off the back of that Elevate. Looking really good here and capture the flag. With a 2-0 lead, 30 seconds remaining, that should be enough to win it all.
I'm starting to get the feeling that this crowd is pretty Elevate heavy. They want this Elevate squad to win it. Remy gets 4 dead on Envy, and just to add the cherry on top, Aqua's going to go for this final flag capture, and Elevate are going to win this game with relative ease. Oh, and look at this. He's staring at the flag, and there it is, 3-0. Elevate, they'll take the game. Nagafen 25-11. Monster performance from him. Series is tied up, Revan.
Yeah, Elevate looking strong as it's all tied up 2-2. The next map coming up is going to be Fringe Search and Destroy. As you're saying, all tied up going into Game 5.
Looking forward to it, 2-2 after 4 games. It's down to basically a best of 3 now. Give us your thoughts on that crazy CTF.
It was pretty nuts, and you could tell that Elevate really wanted that win back just to prove that they're still in it. They clearly weren't that happy with their performance before. I mean, Nagafen kind of taking out his rage towards the end of the game where after every kill he's just making a point, and also on the scoreboard, you know, he's just proven to everyone why people talk about him.
Yeah, Nagafen was he was getting in the camaraderie, doing a little body shooting. But here's the thing: at the beginning of that map, I said whoever wins this map is going to win the match. So
you still feel that way?
I'm not going to go back on my word.
Okay.
So
good guy.
By my standards, what I said, I think Elevate's going to finish out and win this match. I mean, we're tied 2-2. We've got a Search and Destroy coming up. And then after that, we go to another hard point. So this is a very important juncture in this match.
Yeah, well, the S&D is huge. I mean, Envy won it the first time. They're going to have to win it again because they go back to that hard point. It would not look pretty.
Yeah,
I mean, their hard point game did not look good at all.
Yes, this S&D is super important for Envious. And you never know. I mean, with how long they've actually been playing hardpoint, it could have just been they weren't a fringe team. I mean, teams definitely do have stronger hardpoint maps compared to others.
Right.
So you never know. It just could have been a fringe thing. But I mean, you see Aches right here pick up a nice kill with the M8 and a couple highlights. JCap playing patient. Why did he have a VMP? I've never seen that before in my entire life. JCap with a sub.
I think he might have just picked one off the ground, but
could have been.
Even we talked about Envy not really getting a lot of warm up or team scrims with this team. That first game kind of just could have been getting the feels out, right? I mean, trying to feel each other out.
You guys hit me with a weird fact that I did not know.
A little story, yeah. I mean,
why don't you guys finish up on that?
Well, it just sounds like there just wasn't communication going to and from Ace, right? It just seems like
it sounded like they had a tough time, like figuring out where they were going to warm up this morning, if they were going to play in the hotel and kind of team scrim, and it seems like they just did not get much time at all.
What we hear is that this was the first time anyone kind of saw all four of them together as they were getting ready to go on stage. Like that was when the squad came together.
Yeah, that's just what we heard from the grapevine. Whether that's accurate or not, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that wasn't true, or I would be surprised if that was true. No, that was right. I would be surprised if that wasn't true.
Right, yeah. So it's very likely, but at the same time, what their gameplay is showing,
I'm struggling, man.
You're just looking off into the clouds.
You're getting the sense that sometimes it can feel like it's a long day.
I need some Red Bull, dude. I'm struggling.
Well, we'll get you all fueled up, but right now you can see Ace. The surprising thing is, that's what I saw. During the S&D, Ace kind of first started that engine going, and then he looks to his teammates, says, all right, let's get this back in. But as soon as they get that loss, now he's back kind of in a chair, quiet down. He's like, not so sure how he feels about it, maybe.
And a lot of pressure on him coming into this series. I think he's played pretty decent. I thought he's played pretty well. We actually talked a little bit during one of the breaks. Like, I think he's pretty good at this game. I didn't think he was bad last year. I don't know where his placings were not good last year, right? To his standards. I think he's bounced back in a pretty nice way this game.
You just don't suddenly become terrible at a game, especially with Call of Duty, with how similar every iteration of it actually is. For me, it was always the fact that Advanced Warfare was just a little too quick for me. So I don't think my knowledge of the game changed at all, and that's really what I've prided myself on, is knowing how to play the game. Maybe not the best gun skill in the world, but the problem is the game doesn't change at all. So really, what it comes down to is that player's mentality.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not just going to suddenly lose your talent.
It's you might have to climb back to be number one, but you're not going to go from one to not being known at all for 2 years.
Bro, we're not taking out powers out of a controller.
You're not just going to go clueless on how to play different game modes within 6 months.
Yeah,
it's just kind of crazy.
It's just not going to happen. I have all the faith in the world in Ace, but I have to go with Elevate winning this series now. I mean, I really think that CTF was super important, and I think it's going to come to fruition. You guys are going to see that that changes a lot here. This Search and Destroy is just as important, but if I had to give an edge to anybody, it's probably going to be Elevate. I know NVS won that first encounter in the first Search and Destroy, but Aqua, Nagafin, and Remy are all three so talented in Search and Destroy. I'll never forget them playing on Biolab S&D last year on Advanced Warfare, and them just making the craziest plays in the finals, and they were just so smart in what they did.
Yeah, I mean, even stuff we saw from them last year, we saw them use hover with dual LMGs and kind of float in the air like turrets. We can see anything. And
they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And that's why I think Elevate's going to take this map. Envy's probably going to put up a pretty good fight, just because this is a straightforward Search and Destroy. I said it about Optic and TSM. If there's going to be a map that teams, if you're not a very talented Search and Destroy team, this is the map that you have a very good chance of winning. It's all gunfights.
And we had an EMP ban there at the end. That's one of the first times we've seen that. So no flashes, stuns, Simtexes, frags, and EMPs in this one. High caliber, rapid gun.
We're going to see some stacked perks, that means. We're going to see a lot of wild cards and stacked perks.
Yeah, because you have nothing to throw, right? I mean, unless you want to throw out a trophy system for no reason, you're not throwing anything.
The Brecci, the shotgun.
It could be.
Yeah,
I mean, Overkill makes it through. Overkill makes it through. The Shiva makes it through. So obviously
yeah,
some options
Shiva
there. And
I know Jack mentioned that before. I would love to see the Shiva come out. I mean, that gun is lethal.
Yeah, the Shiva's in, the snipers are in, overkills, and lots to toy with in terms of how you set up your classes. Now, does that change anything in terms of how this Search and Destroy is played on Fringe, Matt?
So I think with overkill in, we've seen a route that a lot of teams have used on the defensive side of things. And I think we'll probably see maybe an attempt at it from Elevate. So obviously you'll come off the spawn from this area, and you'll hit this wall run across this building, and usually we see a player with a sniper rifle, and right when he gets here, he's able to get just view on everything here. He can see top, grandma. He gets a really nice line of sight on those players crossing over towards A.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous wall run. I just do want to add that. Just to throw it in there, there's actually been a new kind of meta with, you see back barn on the left side of your screen, Matt. A lot of people will do that wall run back barn and jump over the shorter part of barn and get a peek on middle street and back grandmas.
Yeah,
it's
that's
actually
this
pretty
area
wild.
right here.
Yeah,
on that wall
they'll
right
wall
there.
run that and fully boost. It's incredible.
Yeah, so a lot of different things Elevate can do with the snipers on the defensive side of things. And I think Envy, what they're going to end up doing on offense, it's a more slower traditional team, is they're going to move their way up towards tracks. They're going to try and get TP with a bait and switch into this B-bomb area, and then probably just have one person rotate all the way to the back of barn and try and get the bomb down at B. Envy with TP, JCap, and Aches, they're going to play a little bit of a slower pace in Search and Destroy, and I think you're going to see a lot of hits over to the same bomb site time and time again.
Overall, I think the first couple rounds of this Search and Destroy are going to really tell the tale for this entire map, so be on the lookout. It's really going to come down to who comes out more aggressive, who makes better decisions, and who's more aggressive.
Yeah, going back to the early S&D too, I mean, Elevate definitely had some rounds they should have won or they could have won. They let it slip, so right now, they tied it up 2-2. Who's going to take it? Nate says, I mean, Elevate won the last map, so they're going to go all the way. We'll find out as we go into the Search and Destroy on Fringe. Elevate going up against Envious here in the quarterfinals for the Call of Duty World League presented by PS4. Courage and Revan. Let's find out in game.
I really couldn't ask for a better weekend of Call of Duty so far than what we've seen, Revan. I don't know if you agree with me.
It's been absolutely crazy from the relegation matches to what we've seen today. Just some great Call of Duty action, and we're not even done yet.
And to think that even yesterday, doing our predictions for the pregame show, you were pretty vocal how you thought a lot of these series would be 4-0 stomps. You thought teams would really just take command of series and run away with them. So far, we really haven't seen that at all. I think you're happy to say, though, that at the end of the day, we like to see a close, competitive Call of Duty, even if your predictions are wrong.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Now, I'm just flipping through these players because we were talking a bit about the Bandit Protects. You know, everything with the snipers make it through, the thermal sight, overkill, the Shiva as well. So you got to think those Bandit Protects kind of favor Elevate going into Fringe, a map where we could see a lot of overkill sniping.
Well, we have Slasher on the side of Envy. Nothing from Elevate, but a Man of War from Aqua. Like that decision to bring out something unique. Multiple weapon choices from the side of Elevate, and they're ready to begin to execute towards this site, and you can see they've gotten full control of it right away.
Yeah, Envy were kind of
this has to be the fastest bomb that you've ever seen.
An A-bomb site push, but within the first couple seconds of the round,
look at those arrows.
Has been planted over near B, and now Envy are like, okay, we guessed wrong, guys. We got to rotate back and help out.
Now, what could wind up working out for Envy right now is this decision to keep two players from Elevate watching this side of the map. You can see the players near the back of rails and outside of tin. Remy going to try to peek this top barn window. He'll get punished for it. 3v2 number advantage for Envy. Make it a 3v1. They know where Aqua's at.
He's sticking it. He's sticking the bomb.
Players
He's going right for the fuse. Aqua picks up the kill.
Gets it in time.
Slasher gets the defuse. As you were saying, Elevate, they had two players still watching the flank even after they were spotted in your top barn, your back barn as well. A late rotation from the Elevate players allowed Envy to have the 4-on-2 man advantage when attacking that bomb site. Aqua made it a close round, but Slasher gets the defuse at the end of the day to close out the round.
Nice job by Envy to just stick the bomb and follow through with their decision. An example of great shot calling from the team. They retake the site. We're set up for that with two players split across the map.
I don't think you need two watching the flank, especially when Nagafen has a clear line of sight of somebody who would flank through auto. I think that player, Globe, could have pushed up a bit more aggressively, and then they would be fighting 4-on-3 with positional advantage. It becomes a lot more manageable. But with the sniper rifle, a 6 shot from Slasher to open things up. He goes for another one and barely misses that. Spots one over barn as well. But this is what I was saying during the 100 Search and Destroy. I think Envy have been missing that stable sniper that can just bring it out whenever here in Search and Destroy.
Well, he's ready for this pressure that continues to come on in from the sniper. Slasher more than confident to challenge us time and time again. with first blood this time around for Envy. We look to see if they can close out a nice offensive round victory. Pressure beginning to come on in. I love this positioning from JCap right now. He's earned that spot at Turbine. He's going to punish Vicento. They had no idea he was there. Now a 3-on-2, making it 2v2 though, as he gets a little bit too aggressive in my opinion.
And Slasher takes some shots he can't challenge right away as time's starting to wind down. Less than 30 seconds now remaining in this round with the sniper. He peeks over, he spots both players. Immediately jumps up top. He's going to have the height advantage, but he gets caught by Remy. As TP running out of time, he's coming up behind one. He does get spotted. Now Elevate, they just want to waste time off the clock. TP has to get the bomb down still, and he's running out of time.
He most certainly is. 8 seconds remaining. He's been spotted by one. He knows the player's right around the corner, and look where the teammate is. And Nagafen's halfway across the map already. Smart decision there. Elevate, tie it back up as they let the clock run down. No bomb plant from Envy, so the team that gets first blood in round 1 loses the round. The team that gets first blood in round 2 loses the round.
Not normally how you see Search and Destroy work.
Not at all. JCap, I kind of said I think he got a little bit too aggressive. Obviously, his goal was to meet up with his two teammates who were on the opposite side of Barn. Unfortunately, I guess he just didn't expect Remy to be alive inside Barn. Still gets punished for that one as Elevate tie the series back up.
All right, so Nagafen, he's going to put the sniper away this round. Nobody is going to bring it back out. And this is what I love from Elevate is that they'll switch it up from round to round. You know, one round they'll have 2 snipers, then 1 Slasher sticking with his as he takes down Nagafen first one the round. But if that's telling of kind of follows the theme of the Search and Destroy, might be Envy's round to lose here.
It most certainly is 1-1 still. Another first blood comes in. Vicento evens it back out, so it looks like that potential storyline in this game could remain true.
Maybe a bit of an over-aggressive peak from JCap there?
Definitely. I mean, last round, something you could potentially argue was a little bit of aggressive. This round, he does the same thing. Elevate look like they're still trying to make this bomb site work, but instead, no, it's going to be a rotation as they begin to push towards this tin side of the map. They have 40 seconds to work with, still definitely have time to begin to go and get this bomb down.
You know, if I'm Remy, I might just try to blind fire some shots, you know, just preem some, just make some noise and keep some players from Envy near this area while your teammates push into A. You could force the rotation back, but Envy, they're well onto this. Aqua come around on the flank now as Remy, he finds the opening kill at the bomb site, but he's about to get cornered in. Here comes Aqua along the flank trying to help out his teammate. Can't get it done with the L-car. Aqua falls. It's going to be all up to Vicento just like that. Envy win the round and take the lead.
They get it done. Love that positioning for the final kill from Slasher. All he has is that grip on the VMP, but that's what I love so much, right, about the grip, about the VMP over the Vesper, was the Vesper, you really needed a little bit more help, right? You needed a few perks on that weapon, even when it was at its strongest, to keep control of the weapon.
Extended mags. You want a quick draw too.
Exactly. With the VMP, though, players really bounce between either quick draw or grip on that weapon. Slasher there utilizes grip and gets it done. Envy retake control. Oh. Round leading. Slasher with a bold strategy to try to get that snipe
and
over
just switching up the different
wall.
angles he's playing with the sniper rifle are all different reasons why he's finding success with it. Aix has first blood. Can he get the second? He cannot as he gets shut down by Aqua, and now it's all down to Slasher in a 1v3.
Slasher watching from this top Granny's area, still has to plant the bomb as well. Not the position you want to find yourself in. I wonder if Elevate recognize that they have the bomb down. Slasher will begin to peek over. Spots one again, narrowly misses that very tough snipe. We've seen Parasite hit that shot multiple times for Complexity.
The top wall run.
It doesn't appear so. Slasher, you sneaky, sneaky man. He sees one, gets the kill onto Aqua. He'll try to get out with his life, and it
Aqua's
doesn't appear
like, how did he even get in that position? He hit the high wall run. He spotted that player.
Here comes Slasher yet again. Inches on up, but finally Vicento punishes him. Elevate take the round and tie the game again at 2-2.
Even though there were 2 players remaining for Elevate here at the end of the round, that was really, really close from Slasher. He almost hit a sick timing on these players here at Junkyard. Maybe feel like slow peeks this corner with the sniper rifle, but then you don't know if anybody's hugging the close wall. But making it a game is Elevate. They win their second round to tie it up once again. Flipping through these players on Elevate, is anybody going to bring the sniper back out to contest that of Slasher? It doesn't look like so. In fact, all 4 players using the M8.
4 AR setup. Aqua in an interesting spot with the M8, just trying to see if there's maybe a sniper flying through the air near middle street. Wow, Vicento. Precise shot on the Slasher. Beautiful stuff to pick the player right off that protection. Only his head was seen there, gets him off the cover, and that's going to begin to open up the map for Elevate.
They spot one out over near bricks. They have an HCXD to work with and a lot of time in this round. As they're looking to control the middle street by the looks of it, which gives them a lot of mobility in the round, but watch out on the flank. Aqua's going to have some work to do here. TP along with Ake.
They're just waiting things out, and I love Aqua's there. Envy, who haven't seen Elevate for a bit, begin to think, well, now they're probably pushing through 10 because in the kill cam, he follows it up. He juked the kill cam. Next thing you know, the player begins to peek towards rails. Peekaboo, there's 3 Elevate players there pre-aiming. Aqua finishes out the final kill in mid-map. Mind games from Elevate there to take that round versus Envy.
Yeah, here you see Slasher switching up his angle once again, this time peeking over towards top barn and middle street. It's going to be the HCXD called in by the guys over on Elevate. That's going to help spot for information over near the B bomb site. So let me just flip through these Envy players. No flak jacket. Only one person without flak jacket. And it's going to be TP here at the end of tracks.
TP knows there's the HG there. Does get the angle on it. Nice job to ensure that it can't get close to him, especially without flak jacket.
Slasher switches his class, so he doesn't see anything with
and I think they're just going to go try to overwhelm this player. I love that decision from Envy. It's a beautiful execution. They get control of rails, and they're going to continue to flood towards this B site. A second player's been spotted. Elevate now up for that 3v4 retake.
I wonder where they're going to go for the bomb plant. They have control of the site. They know where at least 2 players are. They have a guy watching over near back barn. There's the second kill of the round. There's the third, and just like that, the round now heavily in favor of Team Envious. Aqua, the last player alive. The bomb about to get planted, and just like that, Envy won their third round. Such a back-and-forth search and destroy game we're seeing here on Fringe.
This Envy team, I never know what to think with them anymore. You think they're going to come into this event in like the worst
Especially
mindset.
After what we saw in that first hard point?
Yeah, in the worst mindset, you think they're just going to not want to be together, not want to even be a part of things. Instead, they continue to fight. They yet again, for the third time this game, the match is tied at 3-3. Offense now for Elevate as they try to execute what would be, I think, their 4th round lead of the game.
So if Facenta goes into the corner here over near the small room and pops his vision pulse, he could get a big radius of information, but it's going to be a quick mid-hit.
Oh, it's Nagavin even got
It's going to be Nagavin. Did he see his shadow, though? Slasher with first blood. Nagavin walks right past one player, but he's going to find one here, and Barn takes down Slasher. So gets the trade kill at the end of the day, and that's going to open up the B bomb site, but he gets caught out of position. TP from behind, as that gives the man advantage to Team Envious 3-on-2. But they have control of the bomb site. However, Facento getting pretty far away from his teammate Remy. He's able to find Aches out of position.
Facento able to even things back out. It was a questionable decision for me momentarily for Nagafen to just fly out of barn. Hopefully his team can swing this back around in their favor. Bomb yet to be planted. Vision pulse was just popped by Facento. I would assume he didn't see anything.
Well, at least he does spot one, kind of like
they
at the
should
end
be
of
planning
tracks.
right now. Oh no!
Yeah, the bomb gets planted.
Oh no,
the bomb gets planted.
He did plant it.
He has heat wave to use as well.
Good.
Facento laying down some covering fire through the fence. And we take control of the site, but they're still looking for a kill to open things up and take this man advantage. I think Remy's going to be like the lifeline of Elevate here, just playing with that heat wave. He could just pop out. He will find one. There's the heat wave as Facento takes down TP. Remy seals the deal with the kill on the JCap. Elevate retake the lead here. I mean, this has been such a back-and-forth game. Wouldn't be surprised if Envy answer right back.
Yeah, you can see TP in the final kill cam tries to panic melee, or JCap it was, sorry. JCap tries to panic
His
melee.
lifeless body on the ground.
Yep,
you know?
not going to happen there. All right, Revan, this has been one round for one team, one round for the other team. One round for one team, one round for the other team. What does Elevate need to do right now to just give themselves this 2-round advantage, put themselves 1 round away from going up in this series?
Maybe just change things up. You haven't thrown a sniper at Team Envious in a while. Maybe you could do that, try to find an early pick. But other than that, I think they're playing just fine. Here comes the early camel push. He actually takes some fires. Army finds first blood. Slasher will wind up challenging this, and he does get the trade kill. Has control of back barn, but there are going to be 2 players challenging this. That was just bait from Facento, but needs some 6 shots as JCap does wind up trading the kill. It looks like he does know there's one more near the area, but he falls as well to the hands of Nagafen. As now we're all down to TP in a 1v2, but he does have heat wave.
TP sees one, can't get the kill. There is the round victory for Elevate. I have to give a shout out to Facento. That is the second time this game where he has picked a player off of a position where only their head could be seen with 1 burst of an M8. That is such an insanely tough shot to hit.
The shot's crispy, man.
You ask any AR player, and they will definitely say that is nice what he just did. Setting his team up now for 1 more round victory. The guy's 10-5.
Yeah, and Nagaven's going to bring the sniper back out again. Let's see if he can maybe find some early picks with this. He's so close to earning his active camo as well, just waiting for a Slasher to challenge him, but I have him highlighted on the minimap. Oh, what a shot from Nagafin to open things up here in what could be the final round. Are you all right? Did you just throw up?
I think I almost got sick for a second there. Elevate gets first blood. What was that reaction time by Nagafin?
That is called an inhuman reaction.
Now they just need to execute, do what Elevate do best. Uses his active camo to get control of Auto. Another kill in favor of Aqua. It's a 4v2.
Players coming through the back alley. He might get caught from behind. Are they going to check this side door? It's going to be JCap with first contact here. Pops the Psychosis. There's TP. He finds the kill on Aqua, but JCap falls. A 1v3 for TP. He has Heat Wave, but he doesn't have a lot of position to work with.
And they know where he is. Gets scared there by the body.
Remy should pick up this kill right here and close things out. Okay, TP stand alive. Time starting to wind down. 30 seconds, but they should be planting the bomb momentarily. Still, of course, with Heat Wave. This is a specialist ability that could really change the pace of the game or change this round. He picks up the kill onto Remy, but Nagafin is there for the trade. He gets the first kill of the round, gets the last one as Elevate close it out.
That's the Elevate you expect to see in S&D towards the end of that game, and that man right there, Facento.
11-5 for him.
Statistically in stage 1, hands down. Honestly, it sounds weird to say, but the worst S&D player on this team now, though, goes big when his team needs him to most, and Elevate take the 3-2 series lead. Guys, thoughts on that search and destroy? Crazy snipe at the end by Nagafin.
Well, what I think is we should really just start listening to Nate only, and we're here on the analyst panel, because you're right so far.
Yes. Well, so far I am.
Yeah. Well, the match isn't over yet.
Yeah, we can't count our chickens till they hatch, but right now I think Elevate's
I like that one.
Yeah, right? I came up with that all on my own. I really feel like Elevate, them winning that map, put them in a great position to win this match. I've said it a million times this entire series. I still think Envy has a lot in the tank, veteran players who have been widely successful in the Call of Duty franchises, or the Call of Duty franchise itself. So I don't doubt that they can make this comeback, but right now Elevate's playing very, very well, and we've got a hard point coming up next, and we saw what happened the first series.
Yeah. And everyone in the room was freaking out with that Nagafin shot.
Oh, my God.
I mean, we won't talk about his use of camo after. We were both kind of confused.
Yeah. A little questionable, but the shot, I mean, all questionable because it was so amazing. I mean, it was ridiculous.
The shot was just incredible. I mean, I want to know what sensitivity he's playing on, because his reticle and the centering that he was at was kind of like towards top barn, and all of a sudden he saw that sliver of orange in his thermal and just snapped right on.
Yeah.
And then that camo, I don't know what that was, but
maybe a little too excited. He wanted to clear, maybe plant
honestly,
right away.
I feel like that's one of those moments that I used to have as a player when I would make a decision, do it, and then the casters would be calling me out, be like, you guys better shut your mouths.
Now you're on the other side.
Well, yeah, right now I'm like, damn, Nagafin, we got to talk. We got to have a chat.
It's easy to do when you're sitting over here, right?
It is. Very easy to point fingers when we have nothing on the line.
But Slasher also had some good shots himself, so that's why they kept having that battle right down the middle here on Fringe. But in the end, like in the beginning, it came out, they were taking rounds back and forth, and then Elevate starts to feel they get in the groove, and then they're leading forward. I mean, Aqua had some good rounds too, as we see some of these highlights.
You know, watching some of the shots and movement that some of these players have really it just completely destroys any idea of me coming back to competitive Call of Duty. I'm going to be honest with you.
You're just testing the water, so you're just watching some games, and you're
dude,
like,
it's like, I watch that like, sheesh, dude, I can't do that.
So you just look down at your hands.
I just look at
just like, I can't do that.
How?
Look at that.
He shot
like
his
the
leg.
corner.
Oh,
he should have got a hit marker for that, for real. That wasn't even. It looked like it went through the barn twice through the sign.
Yeah, it looks like it went right through it, but he just catches that slight sliver. Like after we pretty much don't see it with our naked eyes, he gets that shot. Now Elevate in the lead.
Ooh, Facento's really contemplating this match right now. He's really thinking.
He's in deepest of concentration.
Yeah. That was great.
I think he just looked over at us. Yeah,
he like hears the buzz. He's like, "Oh, is that my name?" But they're getting set back up here for the next one. Like you said, it's going to be a hard point. And that was the first game of this match. It was on Fringe, of course, different map now, but it did look very good for Elevate.
I mean, if Envy comes out and puts any kind of performance like they did in the first one, this is obviously going to be a very quick map. And you got to think with their backs against the wall, if they have one good performance left in them, this is the one they would get.
And here's the thing. Even with this map, I feel like Elevate most likely has the advantage, solely because I think there's going to be a lot more VMPs on the map this time around. And if you didn't win Fringe with a lot of ARs that you guys normally use, I think evac might be a little tougher. I'm gonna be looking for TP to go hard this map. You know, he's always been just a wizard with a submachine gun. I used to have nightmares playing against him in Modern Warfare 2 with his UMP 45 spawn trapping me on Scrapyard Demolition. A lot of you guys probably won't remember that, but I'll never forget it. It was horrifying. So I'm gonna look to him. I want to spotlight him if Revan and Courage can give him a little shine and see what he can do. I think he's going to be sort of the X factor for this map for Envious. But then, like I said, Elevate just playing so well.
Yeah, overall seems to favor it a little bit. Evac being a bit of a tighter map. Of course, we talked about that several times. And TP might have to carry the torch a little bit for Envy.
Yeah, and all the abilities and weapons make it through. And I was just about to talk about the Purifier. The Purifier is probably your second best go-to weapon on this map. You get it in that second hard point. You can really do some damage. You know, zoning players out coming from the bottom and up top staircase. You use it over in that glass hill. You can do some nice things with it as well. And that's why you see both teams select a Purifier.
Yeah, the last thing that I have to say is if Elevate wins this map, I just want credit. I want to take all credit for their win.
You can do that.
It's not their individual performances and how long they've been practicing as team. It's because I said. Okay,
I'm sure Mama Remy has something to say about that.
Yeah, please don't take me serious. I'm not serious at all.
Yeah, but of course the Remy's parents are here. They seem to have a lot of support for Elevate, but now break down the map a little bit more for us, Mr. X, as we go into this hardpoint on evac.
Yeah, so I have all of the hardpoints highlighted on the mini-map right now. The two I want to talk about are the second and third hills. Those are the ones that you're going to be able to take a lot of time on. I just want to emphasize how hard it is to be an anchor player. Because a lot of people, when we talk about anchoring and rotating and getting the spawns for your team, a lot of people don't understand what that kind of entails. So imagine you're playing all the way back here. You're locking down the spawns for your team. You have to watch so many different angles. You can have players come all the way around. You can have players come through here. You have players fighting through big door. Let's say they get the hill and they want to push through, get the favorable spawn. Then you're fighting people over on the platform. You're fighting people coming all the way around. The anchor has so many things to deal with. And then let's talk about when you want to rotate, right? You're in this position. Good job locking down the spawns for your team on this hill. You have around to this position, and at this point, there could be a player in this area, a player this area, and if you lose that gunfight, it spawns the rest of your team out, and it just has huge implications. I don't think people realize how difficult it is to be a successful anchor.
I really love the way you draw your lines. I cannot wait for this hard point. It's going to be very interesting to see how Elevate comes out of the gate and how Envy responds. So let's get straight into it here very soon, Will. Take us away.
No, the game's loading in, so we're going to see if Elevate can close it out. They have a lot of support in the crowd, but Envy also all eyes on them, right? How are they going to perform? I mean, that second map on that Search and Destroy, A-Star turned up, and then so did the rest of the team, and we even saw just now, like Slasher had some good shots. The skill is there, like you said, Nate. The veterans are there, but can they actually close it out so they can get to a map 7? Let's get right into the game, Courage and Revan.
Game 6 about to be underway. Envy backs against the wall now, down 3-2. Hardpoint coming up next, but Elevate. You saw the performances in game number 1. Remy was putting up big numbers. There's a look at him on your screen. Definitely performing well for his parents in the crowd. I've also seen Mama attach around here in the venue. She's here, obviously, for the Phase versus Complexity matchup, which is up next. Always great seeing the parents coming out to support their kids
when I
at
first
these
started
major
competing
events.
at events, my parents came with me. They went to the majority of the events back in 2011. Then they set me free. They let me travel on my own once they saw exactly what was going on. But Nate Shot said he wanted to watch TP, and I'll tell you what, Nate, you give me a follow 5 on Twitter, I'll follow whichever player you want me to.
Well, I guess we're just watching TP throughout this entire game. He's going to rush towards this hard point. Multiple players coming in from that big door. TP in that first engagement gets shredded by Remy. Nice headshot there. Love the use of the Man of War by JCap, and he's showing why it's so good on this map. Nearly gets the 3-piece there. Does wind up falling. Last time, it was Envy who didn't get 2 seconds until Elevate had 120. Now they've gotten 6 before Elevate can even get on the floor.
Going into this map, I was a little worried for Team Envy and Hardpoint on evac. It's a bit more of an SMG-oriented map, and the struggles that Envy have had recently have been because they have like 3 main AR players. So I'm interested to see that Ace is bringing out the VMP just to help out TP that much more inside the Hardpoint.
Now, as this game continues to go on, definitely want to do some listen-ins. I want to start probably with the side of Envious. I want to hear, how's their energy coming off of a rough S&D loss, as we begin to rotate towards this kitchen hardpoint. It looks like spawns are in control of Elevate. The pressure now beginning to come in. Envy does see one player in front of him. It's going to be TP. Narrowly gets the two-piece there. Not going to happen. Pressure now coming towards the backside of the map. You've got to love this play right now, Revan, by Envy. That's put such priority on the spawns with so much time remaining on this hill.
Yeah, JCap using the VMP here as well, so really putting an emphasis of that SMG aggressive play. JCap gets shut down, and so far it is all Elevate inside the hardpoint. Vicento continuing his performance right where he left off from that Search and Destroy game. He's off to a 7-4 start. Already has his Heat Wave available. This might be an opportunity for him to use it, but his teammates slaying all around. That's 4 down as Envy get bullied on the outside of the hardpoint. Pushing forward is Vicento, finding a couple players off respawn. As we switch back to Remy, he's doing damage inside the hill.
Elevate have definitely found their ground in this game, but it's Envy in control of the spawns for the next hill. Would love to go into a listen-in with Team Envious to see how their communication stacks up down at another major deficit in hardpoint.
Forward. Dead. Another one. Oh my god. Last guy, top. I'm close to streaks. Front weak. Challenge, front box on you. One behind me mid. Get the guy mid. Oh, I got full streaks. Top. Top weak. Knock it off. You're gonna be front here. Nice. Should I call my serve here? Top. I'm calling my serve here. We need this one. Top, watch out. Top got me. No, I got him. One more front. One more top. He's front. You only got me. One back elbow here. Front got me. Dead. Nice, go to new guys. I got wave here. Let's work this kill glass. Top and pillar weak. You shoot me? No. Oh, no. Remember, come on, back to you. Pillars one. I'm shaking. Watch out, Tyler. I shake the pillar.
Envy definitely staying calm. Love Slasher, how he goes big, winds up getting a nice two-piece. He calls out, I've got full streaks, and when we went to that hill, it was Elevate up by about 55 seconds. Now Envy back within 10.
Yeah, you see them having some energy behind them as well, getting involved in those call-outs and really letting their teammates know what's going on. Some good stuff to see from this Envious lineup. As you were saying, they are right back in this game. They're only down by around 25 points. They're looking to break inside glass. You got JCap switching back to the Man of War here. You saw him using a VMP a bit earlier in this game. Back to the Man of War. Nice shots as he takes down Aqua. Now it's going to be Aches inside the hardpoint.
Aches still staying alive inside the objective. Envy trying to stay in a relatively close game. Heatwave gets used. Was that by his teammate? It does appear so. Yes, I think that was TP who wound up doing it there. The two-piece, as well as the break of the objective, will help him earn that heat wave as soon as possible. Another two-piece there for Teep. Just one more kill off the lightning strike. He wants to earn those streaks for his team.
If he gets the capture points on the next hard point, he'll get them.
I mean, I'm guessing he's going to try to charge right in there, but he's got Nagapin to watch out for on his left. He won't wind up earning those capture points. But after the first rotation, it's going to be Envy tying up this game.
And I definitely think TP wants to play for these score streaks. If you're able to get something like the servers, it could have a huge effect on the game. But that's a huge two-piece from Aqua. Not only does he take down Aches, he shuts down TP from earning any of those streaks. So no impact from TP with those streaks, but he's certainly doing it in the slaying category. 15 and 12 plus 3 for his team, and he's got the most time inside the hard point.
Nadeshot did mention how TP would be an X factor on this map for Envy, so far performing the way he needs to. I will begin to mention that as he saw unfortunate timing there for Slasher. I will mention the slaying has definitely evened out. Elevate, the reason why their lead was so big, they were already outslaying Envy by like 10 kills. Now back to about even between these two squads, and it reflects in the score.
Still waiting for Aches to come into this game, 10 and 17. Looks like he's just not too comfortable running that full-time SMG, but he's got the Purifiers. We're about to move into the kitchen hardpoint. This could be where he pulls it out and could really turn things around for him.
As we rotate towards this kitchen hardpoint, Elevate, your huge lead before has diminished. I want to go into a listen-in with the squad, see how they're communicating right now when things aren't really going their way.
Wait. You're 2 ahead of us. Get kills. I got 1. Nice, 2. Let's go. You're in the back. Go top. Yeah, I'm following you. Go. Got 1. Nice. Plant. I'm watching Walren. Okay, you got it. I'm going back up top. Yeah, they're near Walren. Up top. Dead. Nice, yeah. Rotate. Yeah, I'm going bottom. Get in hill. Watch Walren. I'm in hill. I'm holding up top right now. I let the back. Dark. Nice, dead. I got 1. Dude, go. Take the front of the back. Grab hill. Yo, push up. I got top. I can't. Yeah, make sure we go around. Top elite, one hit. Yeah, don't fight front here. Don't fight front here. Let's go around this time. Let's go around this time.
Yeah, I'll hold it.
I'm middle. Yo, play search here.
Fantastic communication right there by Elevate. You heard Pacento really be a vocal leader when they went for that break on the hardpoint, Revan. Even when we went into the listen, and I could see you, like you were happy to hear that type of communication from Elevate. It's a sign of a team that definitely can have not only a shot caller, but the rest of the team that will listen, which is so key.
Listen and trust, and you see them, it was almost like a countdown plays. Like, you're like, first when we went into it, it's like, okay, wait, you guys are ahead of us. We need to slow down and make this play happen. They got a couple kills going their way. They called out exactly what they were going to look at when they pushed into the hard point. They were able to break it with ease, but still nearly a tied game as we're into the second Ben's hard point here. Ake still with this Purifier. I wonder when he's going to bring this one out. Maybe over at Glass coming up next.
This series could definitely go to a Game 7 if Envy keep performing this way. Ake's near a minute in the hard point. TP continuing to lead his team in the objective category. Kills being traded out. Elevate get the better of that, but they're only going to earn about 5 seconds of scrap time. Now, as the rotation comes in, Nagafen pushes up with kinetic armor. He winds up sacrificing himself, and it's going to be 4 players up on each team to just flood towards this hill. It looks like Elevate, for a second, are outnumbering their opponents. TP evens that number advantage back on out. Gets the third through the SOS side. Gets the fourth as well. TP getting it done. Coming to life in Game 6 on a 4 streak. Finally does die, but the work has already been done.
Yeah, now it's going to be Slasher following that one up. He gets a 2-piece, finds another one in the water. Can't finish that kill, but still we have Aches with this Purifier. When is he going to bring this out? He's had it for a couple of hard points. Maybe he just hasn't found himself in a comfortable position to bring it out, but still it brings the question, like, I haven't seen him use it once yet.
Maybe if you're Aches, you're just waiting for that perfect moment on like a kitchen-esque hard point to really try to bring this lead huge in favor of your team. 184 to 184. This is like the 3rd or 4th time this game where it's been tied for multiple seconds. Elevate will get a very, very narrow lead as we go into the 3rd rotation of these hard points now. Back in this middle hard point is Nagafen. He spots a player up top. Should be able to chase out this kill. He does just that, as it looks like Elevate have gained control of this middle hill.
That's going to be Remy. He too has a Purifier to use here on the middle hard point. He's just looking to zone out the players coming in from bottom porch, but here comes Aches leading the charge. There we go. He's going to bring out the Purifier now. Finds one.
No, he didn't.
No, he doesn't finish that kill. It looks like Slasher actually got that one on the Nagafen, so no impact with the Purifier from Aches whatsoever. Is now Elevate. You see them starting to build a lead. They're up by 22 points.
They've got multiple specialists to work with. They've got the spawns for the next hill, and it's Remy. He says it's Purifier time, but he only gets one with it as well. That's a best case scenario for Envy fans as they still get to the objective. They look to get the scrap time, but the bigger storyline for me here heading to this next hardpoint is control of the spawns, and JCap might have just won the biggest gunfight of the game on rotation in Kitchen. Envy clawing back into this game.
Yeah, and then Slasher looks over Aches, trades the kill there. You also have TP. He's got Heatwave. All the specialists starting to be on their side from that Purifier.
Gosh.
You got the Scythe from JCap. You got Kinetic Armor from Slasher. This is looking good for Envy, and they could close it out on this hard point.
There's Heatwave being used. He's not going to finish the kill. Aqua with the Man of War. Vicento gets one himself. Remy pinches on in. It's another flawless execute from Elevate. We heard it before in the listen-in. They show that wasn't a fluke. Now it's up to Envy to do just the reverse. Kinetic Armor gets popped. JCap finds one.
Oh, Slasher with 2!
These two teams so evenly matched.
JCap trying to find this kill, waiting for some help from his team, but he gets taken down. Elevate still holding on to the hard point. Envy need to contest for a couple more seconds. It looks like if Elevate get the remaining time, they'll be 1 point away from winning this one.
TP doing what he can to make sure that does not happen. Chose to break the hard point, doesn't win the engagement. He's got his teammates there, and at that point, you have to push that objective. But
smart decision from Envy to give up the scrap time to help in rotation and hold on to this early position.
Still a winnable game, but they need the kills in rotation. Slasher knows there's one player below him. That's going to be Nagafen pushing through middle map. Kills being traded by both teams. Nagafen pops kinetic armor. It appears he's in the hard point. Challenge comes in from TP. He's doing what he can to stay alive. It's a Scythe now out for Elevate, and it looks like it's falling apart in front of our eyes for Envy. Their chances for moving on, they're gone. Aqua wins it, and he is hyped. Elevate will play on Championship Sunday after eliminating Envy in Game 6. Crazy stuff right there. 35 and 30 from Nagafen, 33 and 31 for Aqua, but Remy.
You see Mama Remy giving high fives to the team there on the stage. Impressive gameplay from the entire Elevate squad.
Definitely is awesome stuff to see. Envy, they gave it their all in that Game 6, but in the end, it just was not enough. Vicento and the boys hyped after that one. Crazy series. And that's another one where I feel like Elevate, they knew they were the favorites to win that game, but it probably wasn't as clean as they would have liked.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And Envy showed some signs of life. I mean, TP goes massive in that final game, 37-31. Just wasn't enough to win that final game.
We have Ashley down on the stage with our winners. It's Remy from Elevate.
Yes, it is, and I feel like I know you already because I just talked to your mom backstage. She's in the audience tonight. How's it having your parents here to support you?
I love it. I love it seeing them in the crowd. It's just, another people to support me.
Absolutely. Well, your team has been on a hot streak lately. What have you guys changed? It seems like something has changed amongst the team.
Well, Vicento used to run our main AR, and we switched him to like OBJ, and now Aqua runs our main AR, and I think that helped us in hardpoint a lot more.
Well, you guys are going up against Optic tomorrow. What are you going to do to make sure you can secure that win?
Just go hard.
Go hard.
Another game of Call of Duty.
Another game of Call of Duty. That's what you got to do. Well, thank you so much for coming over here. I'm going to throw it back over to Will. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, and congratulations to Remy and his team Elevate. You see Mama and Papa Remy very happy about that win. You can hear the cheers from not just them, but the crowd too. Now they will move on to the semifinals, and that means, unfortunately, Envy gets knocked out from the Stage 1 playoffs.
And Envy hung in that hard point to the end. I mean, they were down big early, and they make that comeback, just not enough.
Yeah, I really think it came down to that CTF is really what it was. I think that changed the pace of everything. I said whoever wins this map is going to win the series, and
no, you're right. You're right.
It in there, bro. It sucks to see Envy go home because I would have loved to see Optic versus Envy, but after the way that Elevate just played, it's going to be incredible to see those two match up against each other because it seems like Elevate's best game types are Optic's best game types, and it's going to be two powerhouses facing off against one another.
I mean, Elevate's going to be a tough team for Optic to go against. I mean, Aqua, when he gets going, he's an explosive player as anyone, and then they're strong in S&D. They're a pretty good hardpoint team as well. They really don't have like a game mode that's a weakness. And we talk about strong teams in Uplink. Sure, Optic had the best Stage 1 Uplink record. They lose to TSM today. And we talk about last year in Advanced Warfare, the team that really kind of set the tone and set the pace on how to play Uplink was this Elevate squad. So it's going to be a really tough match for Optic tomorrow.
Yeah, it sucks to see a team like MVS go home. I mean, just those players in general, you always expect them to see in the finals. So it's a very weird time to see them eliminated like that. And it really could put the entire MVS roster in question. I mean, just looking into the future, where do they go from here? Because it's obvious that team was not working out halfway through the season when they try to make roster changes.
Yeah, not to dig into the wounds a little bit, but it's happened before, and the question probably rises up again where it's like, all right, is it a matter of us having to work back to get even tighter again like we were in the very beginning of Stage 1 with Black Ops 3, or is it a matter of maybe this just isn't right in terms of team chemistry?
It's a team in divide. I mean, they need to make a decision as a whole, as an organization, on which way they want to go with this team.
And it sucks to be in that position as a player, just to not know what's in the cards next, especially, too, since the organization holds a lot of power with the team. Is really what it comes down to now. With the way the Call of Duty World League works and the league last year worked, a lot of decisions were made by the organization. And from a player standpoint, it definitely burns when you don't really have control over your destiny and what team you're going to be on next year or next season.
Yeah, you just gotta hope that you play your best, or you just have to put your heart into it, see where it pans out. Right now, in fact, we have a chance to hear from Envy themselves. I think it's going to be TP. Ashley, what's TP got to say about this match?
Yep, we've got TP back here coming off a loss. What do you think went wrong?
Just a lot of things that have been going wrong for the past couple months for us. We've sort of gone way down in the rankings since UMG South Carolina. We're tied for first at one point in the league, and then ever since that just sort of dropped off from there. Same recurring issues in hardpoint. Search and Destroy still playing a little bit too slow. That's kind of on my behalf. And then the other objective game types just not playing conservative enough in our base and working together enough. So.
Right. Well, I've got to ask some behind-the-scenes shakeups that's kind of been a topic. Do you think that had anything to do with the game today?
Most definitely. But at the end of the day, we didn't man up and win. Props to Elevate for having a good series. And, we played pretty well in a couple of those game types there, but just couldn't muster up enough teamwork at the end to clutch up. So.
Absolutely. What do you think the future of this team is?
I really don't know yet. There's a lot of issues going on internally that I obviously don't want to talk about, but we're obviously not playing at the potential we were at before. We're claimed as one of a top 4 team, and then ever since then just hasn't been the same. So no words on what's going to happen from now on. Just got to keep improving.
What can you do immediately going into stage 2? What are you guys going to do?
I don't even know what to do at this point. Just go back to the drawing board. We just don't have that rhythm anymore that we once had. It seems like our confidence in the team has just gone down overall, and when that confidence goes down, you're not going to play the same. You're not going to play as aggressive, not going to play as confident as a whole, and it shows in our teamwork.
Gotcha. Well, I really appreciate you coming back here and talking with me. We're actually going to take a quick break, but more when we come back.
You're going to have excitement. He's gone 3-0. Oh! Shucks gets completely done. There's another one right there. Excite. Get me the vomit bag. That was sick. Will Mindfreak now consider the cold-blooded because Excite is coming on. There's 3. Excite, you're going in the top 5, buddy. That's 3 in a row.
Toho, however, has got another 2 kills. He's on 10. He's on 11 as he gets another onto Brand. He single-handedly opened up this flag and picked it up. Can he make the run? He's got Legend to babysit. This could very well be a run all off the back of Toho, who really has been an outstanding player. MVP already of the game and of the play day. And potentially he's one more part. And he's played to find. He's done it as well. Niall's gone. Toho is king. Has just slipped off the map, and in such a crucial round as well. He's gone. It's going to be an early, easy step in the right direction for Millennium, but just for a second before Nolson is fed. Tommy on a silver platter gets another one on the offense. Swanee was not expecting like that, an overextension. Tolson putting a toe out of line. Can he put his whole foot? No, not just yet, but he has the tag and the frag. Madcat gone, and now looks like he's just... Nolson!
Hitting this wall run, which might actually be the best chance he has in this round. See one on the site now, a one-on-one. He's got overdrive as well. Really pop overdrive to follow this one up. That's what you want to see. Chino trying to... You've got to pop overdrive. He's got to pop overdrive.
He's got to use it to go for the defuse after this.
What? The dart gets called in. No, you got to run back to the site. You got to go defuse. Go overdrive. Oh my God! Run to the site, Chino. Go! Go!
What am I saying?
No! Oh my God! Is he gonna get the defuse? Is he gonna get the defuse? Oh, I can't do this. No. See where he spawns in on the map. There he is, back in his spawn. I think that's exactly why he did that. Ricky, though, earns himself the Cerberus, gets it. Ricky is literally doing everything. He's 20-5 on a 10 streak. He's going to call on the Cerberus. He's got the lead blocking done for his team. Oh, God, this game's getting out of hand quick.
Firesight's got the flag in his hand.
They're literally running away with this one.
Yeah, not much else they can do in this position, man. They're just...
Ricky is just
They've dug themselves their own grave.
Oh, my God! Ricky, someone make him stop.
Ricky's almost playing, like, 1v4 right now.
Honestly, right now, you've got Elevate playing checkers, and Ricky's playing chess. He's been playing chess for years. He's ready for this player here. 13 streak.
Gonna challenge.
Trying to make it happen. Oh, my Lord.
He's on the 13 kill spree.
And there's no sign of it stopping.
He only has 5 deaths.
Oh, man, this is just funny at this point. Ricky is literally commanding the whole map for his team. Wins another engagement, making a 14 streak. I don't even know what to say. He's
Might as well use the Hellstorm missile. He's going to earn it again.
And look at, he just slows it down. And look at how much map presence that gives his team.
Oh, he's going through the window.
Oh, my God. Ricky's on a 15 streak. And he's going to go for more. He knows Viceno's in the middle map. He's got one player to his right. Wins that gunfight.
Someone kill him. Thank you.
16 kills. His streak was more kills than anyone else in the game, Revan.
I remember the first time I saw Pro. He sits down next to me, and he starts playing. He's doing his thing. Wait a second. I know that guy, you know? Like, I see that guy on MLG, and I was just like, oh, my God. You know, like, I was, like, all embarrassed. I knew that's what I wanted to do. This was, like, a kid's dream at the time, you know, like something I never thought was even possible. That people were actually going across the country and playing against each other for like large sums of money. I was like, oh, this is like my heaven, you know, I gotta like get into this. I've been playing for Optic since last maybe October. It's the longest I've ever been on an organization or a team, and couldn't be happier. When I first joined Optic Gaming, there was like a lot of pressure on myself. I gotta just do my best, Just a year before that, I was just watching these guys play. And then a year later, I was on the team that like everybody kind of wanted to be on. And the first event, I did really poorly. Compared to how I've been playing the past 2 years that I've been in Call of Duty, I played terrible. And no one had to tell me that. I know when I do bad. 6 months from now, I have to have said that I won Call of Duty championships. The past 2 years, I've gone, and I've underperformed. We've underplaced as a team. We were expected to win, and I got reality checked really quick. We thought no one could beat us, and then we got beat by 2 different teams. Our mentalities about champs this year is so much different than last year's, but we're just not going to mess around. I've got to win Call of Duty champs. That's the biggest thing. That's the only thing.
Be still, please, don't you dare. Oh! Oh my god, Legend's brain is splattered across the map.
Abel's going to have a big defensive stand here as they come in. There's one. He saw the player on the bomb as well. I believe pops the kinetic, and now he's going to fly there too. There's another with the melee. Oh, attach, you filthy, filthy man. All of a sudden, 1v1, round 11, 40 seconds on the clock. Attach versus Slack. Bomb is down.
Attach trying to push this onto the bomb side. He actually catches Slack, and he's able to win the gunfight.
Zerg very well to pick up this round. We could see TCM pick up 2-0. They need to be defusing now. They are. This is the one shot he needs to hit. He gets it. It's beautiful stuff from Zerg.
Just getting evil.
So you got 2 and 2 who's going under? I'm trying to see. It's Nagafin, the winner. He's going to play right behind. Nagafin with the play of the night. He's able to grab 1. Able to grab 2. Does he get 3? Picks up 3. Nagafin with the routes.
Competing is what I live for. People think it's so easy and you can just put an hour or 2 a day into it and it'll just magically happen. It's not like that. You have to be very dedicated. You have to really put your heart and soul into it and hope that it evolves into being a pro gamer. I'm the captain of the competitive team, so I do a lot of the out-of-game stuff, the inviting people to teams, talking about things that we need to work on. You do have to sacrifice quite a bit of time and a lot of different things to really become professional gamer. There's been holidays like Thanksgiving where I'm down there for an hour eating dinner and I'd be right back up there practicing again with my team trying to get better. All of my family is in Pennsylvania. I live in Chicago with my girlfriend. I'll go back maybe once or twice throughout the year to visit and catch up with all of them. But they know that I'm doing what I love and they're very supportive of it. My favorite thing about what I do is definitely competing. People screaming and cheering every time a play was made. Even with those sound-canceling headsets, you can still hear the crowd just going absolutely insane. And it really sends shivers throughout your whole body because it's really a surreal experience. There's nothing like it.
Outside of the game, it's just laughs and a lot of fun. We're all similar interests in terms of things outside of the game. I'll be friends with them even if I weren't teaming with them.
They're humble, they're down to earth. I love the loyalty that they have, and I love the supportiveness.
It's just a lifelong friendship I've created with these guys that through gaming, and it's just awesome.
We have Nameless, who's our captain, who's also another shot caller.
Just a cool guy, man, all around.
Marcus, also known as Miracles. He's a really good submachine gun player, so he's a slayer for us. He's the guy who just go in and kill everyone.
Ricky's always been a part of that group of friends.
I'm a really good vocal leader. When they need someone to make a play call, that's where I come in. And then Parasite's just a really smart player.
Parasite and Mir have won a world championship together. Me, Rick, and Parasite have won a tournament together.
I'm not too worried when it comes to the competition aspect. Our biggest enemy is ourselves. The heat of the moment in the game, and we're all really passionate about winning, and people screw up, but you tend to kind of butt heads.
You have to be really a communicator, a team leader.
We're very strategic and tactical. We watch a lot of people's streams. We watch a lot of other teams play, and our search and destroy game is top tier. So I think that that's something that definitely holds us apart from all the rest of the teams, and I think it gives us an edge.
I love the tactics. I love all the strategy. I want to place first, man, through the whole year. I just want to be on top again, man. I miss the feeling.
It's been this amazing defensive play in pressure coming out of Elevate, and now they potentially have a score. There's nobody there to stop it. This one, no, there is. Annihilator! The Annihilator! What is this? He's there. He gets shut down. Are they going to be able to score? It's just Apathy by himself. There's one more in the back. Now they're going to have a
Nagafin with the play of the night. He's able to grab one, able to grab two. Does he get three? Picks up three. Nagafin with the routes. What move did we see him go underneath? I saw him with the X-ray vision just below him. I'm like, oh my God, he's going to wrap right underneath. That was disgusting from Nagafin.
So if they try and challenge somebody,
there's the heat wave. Who comes soaring in? He has no one. And Karma, Scum, Formal, they're all coming against Apathy by himself. And that's it. It's shut down.
Other team's person who is putting up the most kills is standing in your spawn, killing you over and over again. You're not having a good game.
No, not having fun. Like, this isn't fun for DT right now.
I can understand why those teams you coached did well.
Yeah, I told them the basics. You know, if you want to win, it's complex. And how is he going to play this? He's got...
He may catch some perfect timing here.
This could definitely be perfect. There's one. Does he challenge the second? The wall run's going to come in from the right. I don't know if you saw that player jump over the bomb. He's still able to sniper. They're playing slow, like you said. And there he's able to connect. Like you said, and there he's able to connect.
It's going to be 2-on-1 here. Never mind. Legal. Here. Never mind.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Call of Duty World League presented by PS4. We're here for the North America Stage 1 playoffs, and now it's just one quarterfinal left. 3 semifinalists have been decided for the last match. I'm joined by Revan and Courage. We've had some great games so far throughout the weekend because yesterday we had the relegation matches, and this one stands up to be another tense match.
Yeah, and we were just talking about this prior to going live. We have no idea what to expect, mainly from this complexity lineup. At times, we've seen them put up the greatest of fights versus the best teams in Call of Duty, bring it to Game 5, Round 11 in the online league. And then in 25Ks, they've lost to some no-name teams that you wouldn't even really acknowledge the players on. You wouldn't even know who they are. Who's going to show up today from this complexity squad?
And this has been kind of like a new rivalry that started up in Black Ops 3. I remember when these two teams faced off at the LAN qualifier. What a close game that was. That went all the way to Game 5, and I'm expecting this one to kind of be the same. Granted, we don't know what we're going to expect from complexity, but if there's one thing that we know about this team, it's that they play to the level of their opponents.
Right, so then on the side of FaZe, let's talk about their opponents a little bit. I mean, FaZe has been looking pretty good, right? I mean, they have in terms of roster, they have a pretty stacked roster themselves.
They definitely do. I think that the number one player that everyone's really been talking about so much for this FaZe lineup as of late has been Attach. Coming into this one, obviously, he's going to be going up against another world champion submachine gun player in Miracles in this matchup that you're going to have to see how that battle goes down. I think Attach is definitely my favorite in that one from what we've seen so far in Black Ops 3. But then when you're the other SMG player on this team is Zuma, it's like, okay, where are the weaknesses in FaZe's lineup?
I'm a huge fan of Zuma. I think he's a really strong player. I think he has great intuition on the map. He could use the assault rifle. He could use the SMG. Is there anything this guy can't do?
I remember back at an event last year towards the second half of the year when Zuma was really just beginning to go off for FaZe and be such a dominant force in Advanced Warfare. The pro players were saying, this guy just gets better as the year goes on. It's beginning to hit that stride. We'll see what he can do this weekend.
All right. Well, you were asking, I mean, what can't he do? But in terms of whole team, then, I mean, are there any glaring weaknesses that maybe Complexity needs to look out for on their opponent's FaZe?
I mean, at times we've seen the aggression be kind of split between FaZe, where two players want to get really hyper-aggressive and Attach and Zuma, and then you have Claystrid and Abel kind of slowly pushing across the map, and then next thing you know, they get first-blooded, and then they can't finish out a round. That's one small thing. Really, outside of that, though, FaZe, they went on a little bit of a dry spell during the stage where they just really struggled. They really couldn't get any wins in their favor.
They were also experimenting a lot.
They definitely were, with players switching roles. Now that's all been handled. They've been back on track. Some big wins to end out the stage. Looking for them to definitely be the favorites in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, we heard it during the break. If you were watching, I mean, we had some of those highlight features, and we were Parasite to say himself. He's like, well, I think our biggest enemy is ourselves. Like, sometimes maybe we get a little too ahead of ourselves, and then we lose the match, and who do we blame? I mean, it's just us, us four on the squad of Complexity.
Kind of like Envy, where if they start arguing, the game just gets out of their hands, and then they kind of beat themselves.
Right.
The same can be said about Complexity. This is a team historically, if they start arguing, who knows what's going to happen, and maybe if we get some team listen-ins with them, we'll get a sense for how they're communicating amongst each other.
Right, yeah, get a sense for live, like right now, how do they feel in this map or this certain mode? Going back, of course, to FaZe, as you were saying, they are, they're pretty well-rounded, so maybe they have some splits in terms of attitude on how they want to play out that certain match and mode, but what I like that you said or pointed out was that, they were experimenting, and what better time to do that than during the regular season? I mean, that's what kind of that system offers is like, hey, all right, we've won a couple, like now we have some margin. Let's try something else out. We weren't really sure about, a certain player on a certain role. Let's, maybe test it out over 2 weeks. That's 4 matches that you can test it with a different opponent.
Yeah, exactly like you were saying. They had a pretty hot start to the league, and they were feeling pretty comfortable that they would have a top 8 spot coming into this event. So what they were doing is they were having like Enable try to SMG. They were having Zuma using the M8, and what they did learn is that Zuma can use an M8 pretty darn effectively. I remember casting some matches with you, Courage, where Zuma would take out the M8 and he just wouldn't miss a shot.
Yeah, so always nice to have that versatility. Well, the players are settling on stage. Let's take a closer look at them, starting with Complexity, of course. Those 4 coming in, we already talked about kind of their strengths and weaknesses, and overall, don't know what to expect.
Yeah, Ricky at one point in the Call of Duty World League Stage 1 had a 1.4 plus KD, the highest in the league by far, also planted 45% of the bombs for this Complexity team, which was top in the league. Since then, it's been changed up. They've been switching who carries the bomb. Sometimes it's Ricky. Sometimes you see the other players on this team really adapt to who brings it out, depending on what team they're facing. Things to watch out for on this squad. Can they start off with a strong momentum in the hard point?
Yeah, and looking at that, maybe pointing out Miracles a little bit. How's he going to play out? Is he going to have that aggression and the speed that he needs to be able to carry the team a little bit?
I think he's the X factor of this team. I think if Miracles is finding success early on, I think they have what it takes to take down FaZe. But for me, about this Complexity team, they need to find a respawn game mode to be consistent at. Their hardpoint game is shaky at times. Their uplink game is absolutely terrible. CTF is kind of back and forth with them. If they could, maybe solidify their uplink game work on that or find a way to be more consistent in hardpoint, I think it would help them out a lot.
All right. Well, we heard Miracles during his past interviews, too, saying, like, I want to be back at the top. Like, I want to be there. I miss it. Well, you got to start now, right? You want to be able to go into Stage 2 saying, we're the best team. I'm part of the best team. I'm one of the best players. And that starts with the quarterfinals. I mean, you got to make it into the semis. It's one best of 7. It could be a long one, but you want to be able to get that win. Their opponents are not going to make that easy. We talked about them briefly before. It's going to be FaZe Clan coming in hot.
FaZe, this is a team that look to continue what is a very strong last year of competitive Call of Duty for their team. Obviously, FaZe Clan as an organization existed before their competitive COD team with the sniping edge of it. Well, now Temper in the stands here today, obviously one of the guys on this FaZe squad that started this competitive aspect of the team. It's been very successful since then. This is a team of 4 guys that love playing together. They're friends in and out of the game. They've got clear leaders. They've got clear just playmakers within every player. They are a team you definitely want to be behind if you're a fan.
Yeah, and talking about FaZe, you have to talk about Clayster. You just mentioned, having that leadership, Clayster right there in the spotlight.
Clayster, along with Enable, 2 veterans in first-person shooter console games that can really help the young guys and Zuma and Attach and just calm their nerves and really coach them through certain situations. But Clay is just one of those selfless players. Like, he always plays for a team, for his team, and it seems like he's always in the right position at the right time.
If I ever get married, I want every single one of these guys on my groom's party. I want them all to be my best man because they're all friendly people. You love having them around. You love just being with them. And it shows in regards to how they play together. You'll hear in the listen-ins. It's really just great communication. Sometimes you'll hear some frustration from the likes of Clayster, but then that's why Enable's there to even it back out. That's what he's most known for, his communication in-game.
I was really confused where you were going with that point, but you brought it back around, Jack, that they're good guys, that you like to hang around with, like anyone them. Like, they're great people, and that's why you mentioned earlier that they're